Hello, lovely people. It is September 3rd, and it's been a while since I posted a video. I thought I would do one today because I'm in the midst of doing a bunch of fall cleaning. Not spring cleaning, but somehow I've got a cleaning bug. And I started with cleaning up my freezer. So I found in there, I don't know if you can see very well, there's a couple of carcasses, chicken carcasses that were frozen that I decided to make soup out of. I want to get rid of them. These were some little bits of celery that were starting to go bad in the bottom of my fridge, and a couple of carrots. I've also put in half an onion. Put this in my stock pot, and I'm going to make some soup stock out of this, and then I'm going to try to use up whatever else I have kicking around in my freezer and fridge to get rid of some stuff. Okay, so the stock has been made. So I had that chicken there, just boiled it with the vegetables for a bit, drained it off, and now I've added some Italian vegetables in a bag that had been sitting there for a while, and I had some zucchini that had been shredded, so I threw that in as well. And now for a few other fresh vegetables. So here I have the other vegetables that are going to go into the pot, what my mother-in-law would call the smoogers. I've got a tomato, a couple of carrots, that's a head of cabbage in the back, and some spinach. I'm also going to chop up an onion and throw in probably a couple cloves of garlic, and then we'll give it a taste. So I decided to look in my pantry thinking to add some potatoes. Discovered these wizened old things. So I'm going to use a couple of these in my soup today. And then I think I'm going to end up making some kind of a potato dish tomorrow to get rid of the rest of them. So stay tuned. Okay, here's all my vegetables chopped. I've got my carrots, this is a bit of onion, some of the cabbage, and under here I've got some chopped potatoes, even though they were starting to get a bit weird looking. So these are all going into the pot. Just wanted to show you what was left from the cabbage. It was starting to go a little bit bad, so I peeled off all the outer leaves and things that were starting to look kind of a little less than appealing like that, and just took what was good. This was about what was left. This is half of about what was left. Just chopped that up, and I'm throwing that in right away. Okay, here's what's left of the tomato. I stuck it in the boiling soup with the top still on. Just cut a little X in the bottom here. Stuck it in for a couple of minutes just so that the skin would loosen up. So then the skin will slide right off. It's not really nice having the skin in there. I'm going to peel all the skin off and then just chop this up into little bits, and that's going in the pot next. Alright, so all the veggies are now in the pot. There's the tomato and all the other vegetables. Now I'm going to add the spinach in a second, but I'm adding a bit of a secret ingredient. These are the rinds from Parmesan cheese. So Parmesan cheese is one of the things that I usually splurge on because they say that they use wood fibers or something in the stuff that you buy just off the shelf. So I usually splurge on some reasonable cheese, but I hang on to these rinds, and they're supposed to be delicious in soup. So in they go. Apparently you can just sort of fish them out if they don't dissolve completely, but they're supposed to be really good in minestrones and the kind of soup that this is going to be. I'm going to throw my spinach in now because I got it, and I'm probably going to also see if I've got a can of beans or maybe some pasta to throw in and finish this off. Alright, all the vegetables are now cooked. As you see, the spinach is cooked right down. I just added a can of white kidney beans. I opened them up, rinsed them off, and a little bit to get some of the gummy stuff off of them, and threw them in. I would have also considered throwing in a can of mixed beans, or even red kidney beans just to add a bit of color, but I chose these because that was what the request was when I checked with my family to see what they liked the best. The red ones would have added some nice color, which would have been great, but if they're not going to eat it, then there's no point. So anyways, that's what's next. A little bit of salt, probably about a teaspoon, just sort of tasted it, a bit of pepper, and we'll see how this is tasting. Alright, so I'm calling this done. I've added a little bit more salt just for flavoring. I could add a bit more spinach if I wanted to. The soup is really dependent on whatever you kind of have in your fridge or whatever you have in your cupboards. I've just used it to use up a bunch of vegetables that were going soggy in my fridge. You could add peppers into this, you could add red cabbage, lots of different things would go well in this. You could put pearl barley in this. You know, you could put green beans in this, all kinds of stuff. But this is what I've got today. And I just put a little splash of red wine vinegar in to finish it off because it tasted like it needed a little something else. You could put a little bit of maybe balsamic, or you could put, you know, even a bit of red wine, some tomato paste, whatever you've kind of got to jazz it up. And just give it a taste, see how you like it. Bon appetit.